It's a huge thing when NASA or other space associations across the world make spaceships with all the build-up, the planning, the years to construct it, but people actually treat SpaceX ships as something commonplace. Why is that? It's because the rate of construction of starships is really high. They're popping our spaceships like gumballs from a gumball machine. How is it feasible for the company? What are the reasons that they are able to pull that off? Welcome to this video where we will outline clearly how SpaceX is spewing starships after starships and still continuing to do so with no setbacks. About SpaceX. SpaceX, or Space Exploration Technologies Corporation, was founded by Elon Musk, the Iron Man of today's world. It is an American aerospace manufacturer and space transportation service company that has its headquarters in California. It has one of the highest funded laboratories and an abundance of resources. This company was founded in 2002 with the goal of reducing space exploration costs to increase the rate of development of space-going devices and ships so that the colonization of Mars can be done early. This company deals with manufacturing many launch vehicles, rocket engines, Dragon cargo spacecraft, and Starlink satellite constellation that provides internet and has already provided opportunities for humans and cargo to fly to the International Space Station. SpaceX has many achievements to date that have made this company really popular among the public. They also have partnered with NASA in many ventures, and their commercial satellite constellation operator is the largest in the world. The revenue it generates is 200 crores of US dollars as of 2019 statistics and has around 8,000 employees hired under it. Around 143 small satellites were being manufactured and launched, and this was a record. SpaceX is valued at $74 billion. But how does SpaceX manage to make all this feasible for them? Let's take a look at this video. Number 1. Funding. The funding for SpaceX is insanely high. They have a great finance management team and amazing strategists. From what we observe, the funding for SpaceX has always been managed really well. Be it how Musk makes sure he keeps the cars and other aspects of his company Tesla running and investing the profits and excess in SpaceX, or be it how less expensive materials are used for the manufacturing of prototypes to cut costs, but even maintaining a small but quality team of professionals. SpaceX manages the cost aspects very well. Musk is very open about his investments in stocks, and his knowledge of the stock market is off the charts. Using it strategically, Musk makes sure most money keeps on rolling in. For any company, money speaks and dictates how the company should function. This sure works out perfectly. Or are so many campaigns for investing in Tesla and SpaceX stocks, and people usually do it. And Musk's phenomenal tweets just add more popularity to SpaceX and Tesla. His fan base is fervent and contributes a lot to the financial building of his company. Number 2. Professional research and development team. For any engineer and aerospace company, having a distinguished team and engineers is the primary target. SpaceX hires the best in the field and keeps a small but very qualified workforce that tends to be efficient and works under fervent pressure. They choose experienced staff to understand how long a certain task would take and how they can strategize to efficiently complete the work. The laboratories and garages given for work are very minimal, and most of the time the workers are made to work in the outdoors, yet the individuals selected for the tasks are up to the mark, especially for things and conditions like this. Being hardy is how you can describe the individuals, and SpaceX makes sure of this. The highest paying jobs in SpaceX is construction manager and principal manufacturing engineer, as they are of prime focus. People are made to work 50 hours a week, but this is pushed to 80 during taxing deadlines. Even their interns are supposed to have a GPA of about 3.5. This shows the quality of work SpaceX expects from its staff, and we see this delivered in their goods. We sure wish we could visit or intern in that place. Number 3. Using materials wisely. Wise and smart usage of materials is always a great point. Carbon fiber and other high-quality polymers cost a lot. Sure, they deliver quality, but using the principle of material economy is also quite amazing. For prototypes and models, they tend to use stainless steel instead of carbon fibers in their rockets. And spaceships, as stainless steel is way cheaper than carbon fiber and can be used. An inside source legit said they construct the rocket by welding steel rings together and focuses on engine manufacturing and propulsion and fuel economy. This is a bonus because when you piece together the overall cost of all the rockets, it saves up a lot. The material science industry is already booming. This department in SpaceX seems to hold a lot of promise in this aspect. Cost effectiveness is key, and we all can sure relate to that when we go shopping. Number 4. Construction processes are very simple. The research labs are of two extremes, one really advanced and high level, and one where they make the rockets and ships out in the open. Basic manufacturing techniques are used like manual welding, intensive manual labor, and normal vehicles. They do not spend a lot of high-tech vehicles for building, so they cut back on those costs a lot. Where basic techniques work, it is used. Where specialized work is required, then higher facilities are granted. Apart from that, the deadlines are really fast and the labor force caters to it immediately with their resources. Unlike NASA, where they have top-notch facilities, where machine parts are built here, major piecing together of machine parts happen outside or in normal garages and workshops. Number 5. Iteration and iterative design. Iteration and iterative design is a major style of SpaceX, and they are trying something new every single time, and no two rockets would be the same. They technically optimize every single model over and over again. Like if one rocket successfully launches, then the next few would retain the correct aspects of the previous one and more things would be fitted. This actually helps in innovation in the long run and contributes to development. Iteration means keeping the ideas and plans that are a success and quickly optimizing the ones that caused a problem. It is a fancier form of troubleshooting and is more effective. This iterative design thus helps in learning from the past mistakes and using past designs rather than using a completely new workflow. This helps in getting the fund and permission sanction and also quickly allows to start the next project as soon as possible. Number 6. Rapid filtering and analysis. This is one of the techniques used to quickly assess the damage and inventions that they make, where a group of analysts and specialists understand all the aspects and decide to optimize it more. There are clear-cut systems that they employ where they assess the engineering, financial, and design of the prototype entirely and weigh whether it's a success or failure. The team is research-intensive and hence make sure they compile all this as soon as the launch is complete. This is what makes the analysis very impactful. Old problematic issues are quickly discarded and fresher ideas or solutions are quickly employed in order to not lose time. This is very important in analysis and gets a lot of things done. This is one of the primary reasons for SpaceX's fast output. Losing time is not an option here. Number 7. Musk's dark source of motivation. The main target of SpaceX is to see the colonizing of Mars by 2030. Why? Because Musk said it openly that he wants it done within his lifetime. Weird for a CEO to say such morbid stuff. What we should remember is Musk is very futuristic and he sees way into the future. So he probably realized that at the rate of development and innovation are progressing, we may not make it to Mars anytime soon. So he's pushing all the progress further just so that he can get it done in front of his eyes. He's evenly open said this in his interviews and is a source for his motivation. Makes sense as we think that many pioneers in science often died before their futuristic dreams were even realized. We sure want to see this Tony Stark's dream realized. And even we want to step onto Mars in our lifetime. Science and developments are carefully thought things to pursue. We have to make sure that the things are done right and keep patience. But when the dreams are stronger, why should we wait? Isn't it best for us to keep pushing ahead and working hard so? Number 8. Aggressive development strategy. A company's development strategy should always be the best. It reflects their progress. While there are careful developmental plans, there is also aggressive approaches that give both benefits and losses. But across the chart, the arrow would just push ahead. In lieu of the above point, the whole of SpaceX is just pushing ahead come what may. They are constructing, launching, and constantly developing at a very high rate, and funding is definitely not an issue here. We can see their progress in leaps and bounds, and with newer spaceships launched and more rockets sent to the atmosphere. Many Starlink satellites are continuously being sent aboard the Falcon 9 rocket in Earth's low orbit, making the total constellation count 788. They have a lot of developmental plans and is left to be seen if the company would be instrumental to huge scientific leaps in the world. So that was about SpaceX's intense speed and getting things done. These are the probable reasons for their very hasty but their epic development. What do you think their future holds? Do you think Musk would see a Mars colonization anytime soon? Let us know in the comments below. For more such content, don't forget to subscribe to us and press the bell icon to get notified when we push new content. Bye for now.